Sup?
So, you are the real Grampers, eh?
Yes, I am. None other on this planet. Only wannabes and imposters.
And you are the founder of MSL, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And what prompted you to start MSL?
Well, it all started a few years ago. Let's say, October of 2020. This fellow named Where's Dre and I had founded a group by the name of Longstacks Line, with the help of our friend Billy. Now, that was making slow progress and all, and I wanted to host voyages. So, I began hosting really cheap, goofy voyages just off my profile. Free model ships and all. And they actually ended up getting people, like 10 to 15 per voyage. And this whole time, I was working under the impression that the ships were owned by a Maple shipping line. But eventually, after someone asked if the voyages had a group, I decided, you know what? I'll make one. And so I did. Originally, it was going to be just the free model ships, but I decided with the group investment that I was going to actually use my own ships.
And what was the first ship you made?
Well, I didn't exactly build any stuff for MSL, but the first MSL ship was the TSS Royale, which originally belonged to a group called Great Lakes Shipping Company. And when they retired the Royale, they chose to sell it, and I was one of the 2 people to ask for it. And since the other guy didn't reply or something by the day after asking, I got it for free.
But what was the first ship that was officially by MSL?
That would be the Aurora. That was the first completely original, unpurchased ship.
And who built that?
Worm built it. That was the first ship Worm built for MSL, which started his career there.
Now, why did you choose the name Maple Shipping Line?
Well, you see, many have asked me that before. Like, a lot of people ask me that. A lot. And the answer is simple. Because I thought of it and it sounded cool. Originally, it was going to tie with the line being Canadian because Longstacks Line was Canadian. So in effort to appease Dre, I made it British and made the Maple Brothers lore. And then it was relocated to America, officially after I retired.
In Saltwood?
Yes, in Saltwood.
And how did that happen?
Well, it started because when Worm built the Aurora and all of the ships to follow it, he put the port of registry on the stern's nameplate to say Saltwood because that was his game. So we decided, why not just make that a real place in the lore, and we started using that as a starting place/destination.
Why did you step down from your position?
Many reasons. A lot of them were relative to what was going on at the time. First of all, my interest in ships was waning. A lot of them were relative to what was going on at the time. First of all, my interest in ships was waning.
You need to leave! That is disgusting!
Anyway, of course, during the time I had a lot of rough stuff going on. I lost a couple family members very suddenly at the time, and it made things tough. Not to mention, there was a sort of insurrection amongst management, and that was pretty demanding to deal with, in which people in management wanted Dre fired, and I just had enough of it, you know. I had a well-deserved retirement far away from all of that.
And then Worm took over?
Yes, I gave it to Worm.
Why did you choose Worm?
Because appointing Dre, who was vice chairman, wouldn't have been a smart move, seen as half the management wanted him gone. And I felt it was a safer move to give it to Worm because I trusted him, and he was, after all, why MSL was where it was and is today.
Did you expect it to be this big?
Not really, no. I just hoped for it to be, just as anyone else would hope for their group to be. But I just kind of started it for fun and eventually had a bit of competition with the other group I co-ran. MSL ended up getting popular and outlived the other group, Longstacks Line. So I just decided to ride the wave and go with the flow.
Do you think making Worm chairman was a smart move in the end?
I think it was, yeah. But Dre, despite what people were saying about him, I think would have been a pretty good owner too, though. But I think it just wouldn't have been the right time.
And do you think you are happy about what MSL is now?
Depends how I'm looking at it.
How's that?
Personally, there's many decisions made that I disagree adamantly with. But on the other hand, the immense growth and stuff is awesome. And it's pretty freaking cool to see whatever direction the group is going in, because it doesn't even feel like it's supposed to be this big like how it is.
Do you think you'll ever come back to running MSL again?
Well, I think it's safe to say, if I had the opportunity, one would probably take it. Given that I'm in a much better spot to run it now than ever, but it's not my decision ultimately.
And hey, we also have the current chairman here with us tonight as well. Totally the real one, not just an NPC. Anything you'd like to say, Pete?
Truly riveting words from Mr. Frog.
Well, that's all we have time for tonight, folks. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.